Hi, I'm Claudia. Welcome back to my channel. I am a mind and body coach. So I help instructors to grow their business with ease, to help their clients to transform on a deeper level. I also help women to make change stick when they come to me to transform their body, help them to reduce habits that don't serve them any longer, help them to improve self-belief and confidence in their body, and strengthen in their body more than ever before. And in today's episode, what I want to be sharing with you is how to slow clients down. You know, those clients that just tend to rush through everything and you keep telling them the same thing, saying slow down, but they're just not slowing down. Well, that's what I want to be covering today. Because if you've been saying slow down, it certainly isn't going to be helping if it hasn't helped already. So some tips that I have used along the way, like I've been teaching for over 20 years, so it's taken some trial and error in order to be able to get to where I am today. So telling clients to slow down isn't always going to get them to slow down. You need to discover ways of learning how to pace and lead your clients. So pacing and leading is something that I talk about more in depth in the Empowered Instructor program, as well as the Evolve program. And in the Empowered Instructor program, when I talk about pace and lead, it's about when your client comes in and they're all rushed and they bring their day in with them and they're just not slowing down, they're not present in the moment, or they're constantly checking their watch. This is when you come in. You come in really strongly if you're able to stick with the energy that you have, and if you're able to make sure that you lead them into the energy that you are hoping that they get to. So when I talk about pacing and leading, if someone comes in all rush, meeting them with rush isn't going to help your client really well, is it? So pacing and leading, if they come in and they're all rushed, or you're teaching a group session and everyone's in a very different energy, how are you going to bring that all together and help them to work more cohesively? So the way to do that is getting everybody to do the same thing at the very start of the session. Allow them to create that energy as a team. So easiest thing is through laughter or through breath work. If they're doing the same actions and they're in the same rhythm, this is going to help them to keep the same rhythm. And if you notice them going out of that rhythm somewhere in the class, that is the time to get back to what you started in the session. Get them back to breath, get them back to laughter, something where they're doing the same actions with their bodies, with their minds. This is going to help them. So when I've had clients, I've had many clients where they end up rushing through things. The main reason is because they are hoping to have a really challenging session. It doesn't mean your session isn't challenging enough. This is just what they are used to. They are used to things being really hard. And they think that moving fast means moving hard, and that it's going to be a good challenge for their body. So what you need to be doing is at the start of the session, when you know someone struggles to slow down and they never listen to slow down, how about prompting them at the start by saying, today we're going to be taking things a little bit slower. This is part of pace and lead as well. So prompting them that things are going to be a little bit slower, but also explaining that this doesn't mean it's going to be easier. This means it's really going to be a challenge. And this will then get them thinking, oh, how come? And then you mention, let me show you. So prompting them that today we're going to be doing things differently. You're going to be slowing things down so that we can then increase the challenge for you, because you're at a stage where you're progressing. And then if they ask how, let me show you. Telling them isn't showing them. They'll only understand, or the best way they'll understand is by feeling it. So allow them to feel the difference when they slow things down. So the way to slow them down when they're moving, if they're not listening to that slowing down piece, remind them with what you said at the start. So it's the communication piece right at the start, and reminding them every now and then without being too much of a teacher, telling them, just reminding them, remember, we want to make things a little bit more challenging. And that is by, while they are in a specific pose or in an exercise, get them to pause, hold that position, holding it. And then when they start to release down, don't let them go straight out of it and drop down. Get them to pause at different stages. Let them know that it's going to be 3 different pauses before they get down. This is where things start to change with your sessions. It's the way that you teach, the way that you lead your clients. This is where your sessions will be really different if you can start to lead your clients in this specific way. So adding pauses, pacing and leading, and making sure that your class is in the same rhythm so that they're all in rapport and they're moving the same kind of energy, whether it's slow, whether it's fast. You want them to be cohesive, working as a team. And lastly, connecting them with their body and also what outcome they are hoping for. So sometimes when clients are rushing in, rushing out, rushing through the classes or the exercises, they're not very present in that moment. So asking them any kind of question of what they hope their outcome is going to be, where are they at in their journey, and how are they finding the sessions or the results from the sessions. When I've told this to instructors, some of them get a little bit nervous because they think, oh, what if the client says that it's been too easy? However, it's opening up communication of whether the client is happy with the class or the exercises, or if they're happy with their transformation so far. So opening up the conversation with these type of questions will help to deepen the relationship between you and your client, which then helps to improve the trust, helps to improve that listening too. So showing them that it's going to be more challenging if they slow down is key, by them actually feeling that difference. Every time I've had clients come in and they rush through, and then I start to incorporate the pauses, I love watching them sweat. I love watching them get that surprised look of, oh, how this is actually more difficult. So try this out. Let me know how you go. And please ensure to subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below with whether it helps or not. If you subscribe, this will then help you to be notified whenever I release a new video. And if you like it, this will help others to be able to find it much more readily. So the video will show up on their feed when they are searching for teaching tips. So I look forward to sharing more tips with you. Thank you for joining me today.